Completing the new Dark Aether in Modern Warfare Zombies is definitely one of the absolute hardest things that we have to do in the game, especially as a solo player. Today I'm going to be completely walking you guys through how you can complete this thing solo and the setup that you're probably going to need to get it done. This is probably going to be one of the longest videos that I've done in a while, so be sure to get your snacks and a drink, whatever you need. This one was definitely a doozy. If you guys are into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, consider rocking the hell out of that like button for me and subscribing to the channel. We just hit 16,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the insane support lately. I'm excited to get through everything about this Dark Aether with you guys, but really quick, I do need to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. If you guys are looking to unlock the new MW3 camos such as Interstellar or Borealis, or possibly even play in some bot lobbies or get all the best schematics in Modern Warfare Zombies, then be sure to check out Midge Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable sellers with heaps of brand new offerings for MW3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. With thousands of great reviews on Trustpilot, you guys should definitely check them out. Be sure to use code REALG at checkout for 5% off your entire order for a limited time only. Alright, so here we are guys, we are in the new Dark Aether, and this Dark Aether definitely does not mess around. There is more zombies inside of this Dark Aether than I've seen in this mode in anywhere or doing anything. There's times that we will have so many zombies on the screen where every single thing is starting to lag, everything starts going slow motion, and I'm afraid that the game is going to crash, but fortunately we've been able to pull through. Now there is an escort mission in here, so if you're going to attempt to do this solo, you're going to definitely need that VR11, and there's also a holdout mission in here, or an outlast contract I should say, and this area is really small and is definitely one of the most hectic outlast contracts that we've had in this game so far. I'm not joking, you're gonna have like 20 mimics and everything in here. I wanted to come over here and actually get this outlast contract done first just to get it out of the way, plus it is the one that's the most furthest away from me. One of the things that I would advise you guys to do that I did before coming in here was I duplicated the hell out of my decoys. That way I just filled my backpack full of these things, so I knew it would be a little bit easier getting this contract done. You guys are gonna notice when you come in here into this Dark Aether that there's no more bunny contracts. You're actually just going to notice these big yellow beams of light that are up in the sky, kind of look like mystery box beams. Just go to those and you're going to have this seal, break that, and that's what's going to start your contract. When you start these, it's going to offer you an item that's going to give you like a superpower. One's going to give you like a super speed, and then there's another one that explodes zombies if you headshot them. These powers will definitely make your time in here a bit easier, that's for sure. I was noticing some people in my comments in my previous video that were saying that they thought that this Dark Aether was easier than our previous one. Now I don't know what game you guys are playing, because this Dark Aether is insane. In this game anyway, I've never seen this many zombies on the screen at one time before. Now, if you're coming in here with a squad or with like a full team of 6, which I do have a video of me coming in here with a full 6-man team, and we just absolutely blew through this Elder Dark Aether. Right now we are just in the regular Dark Aether, but I did come in here like I said with a 6-man, and it felt so much easier going through here with all of them. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this just coming in here trying to do this solo was tough. Like, it is really hard. I got this contract complete. Make sure we throw on some more of our decoys here, because yes, we even need those to get our shit out of the reward rift. I definitely think that this is probably one of the most enjoyable ones to do. Like, it's just really fun to complete, especially with like those superpowers and stuff. Look at that, guys. We ended up getting a legendary ether tool and plus a flawless crystal. This was an absolutely epic pull, but I do have to say right now with like that Easter egg that we got going on in like the red tier zone, where you can actually guarantee yourself 3 flawless crystals and 3 legendary ether tools every single game. That's just incredibly OP. So if you guys haven't been taking advantage of that, I would advise you guys to do that. I have a feeling that they might end up changing that sometime soon, just because that is extremely OP. Like right now, my stash is just absolutely nothing but legendary tools and flawless crystals. It's insane. I almost thought about making a video of me going around. I thought about just completely filling my backpack completely full of legendary ether tools and just dropping them all for somebody. I'd want to figure out a way to actually turn it into a decent like long form video. Maybe a good idea to do for like a short or something. Just walk up to somebody and just drop them all those legendary ether tools. Definitely have to go find someone that's just like hanging out in like either the 2nd tier zone or even the 1st tier zone and just surprise them. I think that would be really cool. Let's see, we started our HVT now, and actually the reason why I wanted to come over here and do this HVT instead of our escort mission is because I know in the direction that it's going to send me to get this HVT, it's going to be the Mega Abomination, and there's always an ammo crate over here, and I really needed to hit that ammo crate. VR11 was looking a little bit dry, because we're going to need this VR11 to take on this Mega Abomination to get him dealt with somewhat fast, and then we're going to come back and hit this ammo station again before we go start that escort mission, because we're definitely going to need some more ammo in this VR11. And this time around, this Mega Abomination HVT actually went down kind of surprisingly fast with this VR11. Last time I did try this, it took me a few more shots. Could have just been my shoddy aim, but this time we were able to deal with him pretty damn fast. Sometimes the absolute sheer power of this VR11 still surprises me today. I'm definitely glad we stashed all of those decoys because we definitely needed them. You guys are gonna see when I come over here and try to get whatever in this rift that how many zombies are still just right in front of it. It's absolutely insane. I know somebody somewhere heard us when we said the last couple of Dark Aethers were a little bit too easy, because they definitely cranked the dial up in this one. Now I would say the only thing that is probably a little bit harder than this is doing the escort mission inside of our very first Dark Aether that we got, when you have like those 2 mega abominations that are chasing you, and then you have a third one at the end, and there's just a lot of zombies going around. That one in particular contract is really hard, I have to admit. But besides that, like overall, like as a whole, I gotta say this Dark Aether is definitely, I think, harder than that one. And this is what I was talking about, guys. Right after we finish killing our HVT, now we can come back the same way and hit this ammo station again on our way back towards the escort mission. This was my second attempt at doing this Dark Aether run solo, and the first time that I tried doing it, I actually ended up failing the escort mission. I got it all the way to the very end, like on the bridge where it's supposed to end. Right when it got to the end, a damn mangler ended up knocking me off the edge of the bridge, and then I had to go all the way back up there, and by the time I was able to get back up on the bridge, they had already destroyed that damn thing. I was like, no! Just absolutely crushed, but we were able to pull through on this one. And you guys are gonna see after we get all of the contracts done here, we're gonna go over and defeat that disciple boss that'll give you that secret hidden blueprint. If you guys haven't done this yet, it's definitely worth it because that blueprint is really cool. Got kind of like a purple and white, kind of like a color scheme that's going for it, and it's also like got smoke that's coming off of it. It's actually a really cool looking blueprint. It's got the chainsaw attachment already on it, so you know it's perfect for zombies. And the Ram 7 actually does pretty good in zombies. I really like that assault rifle last season a lot. Start our escort mission here, and I almost went down from all of those zombies that were on that roof right there. We were just barely able to get out of there. How are you guys feeling about this season so far? I mean, are you liking the updates that have came through? I mean, I'm loving the fact that we actually have an increased stats now. Now it feels like I actually have space for some stuff, even though it's all filled with legendaries and flawless crystals right now. Definitely not a bad thing, and I'm not complaining, but they need to change that eventually, just because it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Like if this was on any other run, when I saw that legendary Aether tool pop up and that flawless crystal, that would have just gotten me so excited just to get the best 2 things in the game. But since my stash, I literally have like 10 of each of those in my stash right now, so it's like, oh well, whatever. There's certain zombies that you're going to want to watch for when you're on this escort mission. If they're glowing green, then those are the ones that are going to end up dropping you power-ups. Definitely like to drop a lot of nukes, so that's definitely going to help you out a lot when you're doing this. There is an insane amount of zombies, so I'm just telling you, bring in that VR11 if you guys are doing this solo. I mean, you're going to need it, trust me. When the AR that I'm using is the new BAL 27, I will put up the loadout for that at the end of the video if you guys want to check that out. For an AR, this thing actually absolutely does slap. It deals with mega abominations really good, the Dark Aether zombies really good, red tier zone really good. It's just an all-around really good AR, really good weapon. Definitely gonna have to work on that top best weapons to use in Modern Warfare Zombies after the Reloaded update video. If you like a little bit of time to go by, just give me some chance that I can actually test a bunch of the weapons that we got in here right now and just see what I think should really be up there at the top. Plus there's so many other factors that come into it now too, like things with MAGA holding. Like when you put MAGA holding on certain guns, just completely changes the game with them. I haven't had a chance yet to test out the dead wire detonators on the launchers and stuff yet. I still need to do that. And hearing that putting it on the RGL with the MAGA holding is actually pretty fun, so I'm gonna have to do that one. It's the fact that we can actually cool down our schematics now is really cool. I have noticed, like if I use some of those legendary items, by the end of the day, if I play quite a bit of Modern Warfare Zombies, I can almost get those things completely cooled down. And also, big shout out to Donuts for the video that he put out earlier. If you guys want a complete in-depth guide on how exfilling with Essence is going to be helping you cool down your schematics, be sure to check out that video that Donuts just put out. The dude is smart as hell. Yeah, this is definitely one of the longest contracts that we got in here to get done too. And just look at the sheer amount of zombies that we got on us, and like when the Mimic goes to pick us up, how everything just goes into slow motion. I need to take a match to come in here with a Scorcher and just completely find out where everything is and see if I can find anything else, like any other little Easter eggs or hidden things that we're missing. But speaking of knowing where everything is, if you guys still are wondering where to find things inside of this new Dark Aether, I'm going to throw up this map up on the screen right here. Big shout out to MWZHUB.gg. They do amazing work putting together all of these interactive maps. This is going to show you where everything is, from like the story missions or like these contracts in here to this Easter egg that we're going to do once we're done. Be sure to check them out. I'm going to have their links down in the description. After taking a quick glance at that map there, I really haven't looked at it too much myself yet. There's actually a lot of spots to refill on ammo, which is good to know. We got another doghouse out here, plus some turrets and some safe spots. Yeah, man, these guys do excellent work. Let me know down in the comments section what's your guys' favorite Dark Aether so far. Is it the first one, or is it the Season 2 Reloaded one, or is it the Season 3 Reloaded one? Personally, I'm kind of leaning leaning towards the very first one, just because not only does it have those 3 contracts, but we got all of those locked rooms for chances for a bunch of wonder weapons. Just felt like there was a little bit more for us to do in there. That's kind of what I was hoping for one of these new ones, is that they start putting in like a little bit more stuff for us to do, like maybe some more Easter eggs or locked rooms, things like that. It kind of seems with the last 2 Dark Aethers like they're a little bit more straightforward, but who knows, it's only been a couple of days with this new Dark Aether in everybody's hands, and there might be something that somebody hasn't found yet. Coming up to the bridge part here, which just absolutely gives me nightmares. Also, I don't know if you guys seen this, but all around on Twitter, like Charlie Intel and everybody is saying that the new Black Ops game is actually going to be called Black Ops 6. Now, I don't know, for me personally, it seems like it would make a little bit more sense for it to be Black Ops 5, just because Cold War didn't really feel like a mainline title to me. We look at other franchises like Battlefield, where they had spin-offs like Hardline and they didn't actually include it in the main series. I don't know, that kind of feels like what they should have done with Cold War to me, but oh well, it really doesn't matter what the title is to me as long as it's a good game. Just know that if they do release it as Black Ops 6, there's going to be so many people that are going to be going, well, where was Black Ops 5? Oh well, man, whatever works. And I guarantee you, if they actually put it as like a mainline title, whether it is Black Ops 5 or Black Ops 6, that's going to sell, well, way more in marketing. Like, people are just going to absolutely eat that up. Generally, people will have more faith in it if it has like a main title name rather than having like a spin-off name. This part on the bridge here just gets absolutely so intense. We ended up going down once here too, just because we got so just bogged up with so many zombies. Ended up right on top of the ACV though, so that's okay. This part I definitely thought was a little bit strange, and this is the first time that we've seen anything like this in any of the Dark Aethers yet. I ended up getting a kind of a weird schematic out of here. So once we finally ended up getting this escort mission done, we ended up getting that golden gas mask filter acquisition, but then I ended up getting the elemental pop schematic. I thought was really strange. Like, this is the first time that we've seen a schematic that we get on the regular big map inside of the Dark Aether. I know that this is definitely one of the more rarer ones that a lot of people kind of struggle to get. I'm wondering if maybe that's the reason why it was added to the loophole in here. I don't know, that just honestly, it makes absolutely no sense to me. But if you guys do need to get the elemental pop schematic, apparently you can come in here into the Dark Aether and get it that way. Now that we have all of the contracts done, it's time for us to go over to the center of the island and defeat this last boss disciple so we can get the hell out of here. Yes, I know I'm about to run right past the egg, and there's probably people that are going, hey, you just ran right past the egg. I know, I need to go refill my ammo really quick. There was a brief moment right here where I was actually really contemplating just hitting that extraction point and getting the hell out of here, because there was a lot of zombies in here. But you know what? I said, nope, I gotta do it. I gotta push through. I gotta completely get this Dark Aether completely dealt with and then exfil. What's really cool about doing this Easter egg boss at the very end is that once you defeat him, he's also going to give you another reward rift which can spawn in any of those acquisitions. Or if you guys are in the Elder Dark Aether, it could spawn in possibly those schematics that you need as well. So let me know down in the comments section, what's been your go-to weapon to run here so far after the Reloaded update? I've been using the new Bal 27 a lot, that new AR. It does handle itself really well. Still been rocking the FJX. It still seems to slap. I mean, especially if you got MAGA holding, I don't think much can really beat that right now. I did try out the Stingers as well, and those things are still slapping. I definitely know there's got to be some sort of a hidden meta that nobody's found out yet, and any day now it's gonna pop up. And just even getting these eggs popped while I'm just dealing with all of these zombies was just insane. Just absolutely hectic as all hell. Down the big final egg here, even with all these mimics and zombies around us, spawning our big bad boss disciple. For the few times that I did do this with a squad, this guy was really easy, but I'm not gonna lie, when I attempted to do this guy solo, he was no joke, I'm telling you. It seemed like the Bal really wasn't doing too much damage at all, and I was able to do a lot more damage with the VR11, but I was putting in some shots into him which just seemed like they weren't doing anything at all. And some shots that he was getting, he was receiving a lot of damage. You know what? Pause that. But just like the boss disciple from the story mission, this guy's gonna be sending out like his little minions after you, and they're gonna be like some manglers, you're gonna have like mimics and stuff, and they're all gonna be chasing you, and you have to kill these guys before he's gonna be taking any damage. VR11 definitely helped a little bit, so I could be turning some of these zombies acting as decoys, just helped me out just a little bit. Luckily there is an ammo crate on each side of this island. I do believe there's 3 ammo crates on this island, so you don't really have to worry too much about running out of ammo. Luckily these guys will still drop you the power-ups if you're still holding the item, so when you see those guys that are glowing green, definitely shoot those guys and get your power-ups. It's gonna help you out a lot. Doing this boss fight solo was definitely no walk in the park. I would actually compare it to like doing something like the Red Worm. It's honestly not because the boss himself is very hard, it's just because if you're trying to do this solo, the sheer amount of zombies and special bosses and everything that's gonna be running after you just makes doing everything else incredibly difficult. Like even just looking for his special zombies that I need to kill so I can damage him, I was having a really hard time just finding them just because of the sheer amount of enemies. Towards the end, I was able to clear them out just a little bit, and it was easier to find them, and I was just having like 3 or 4 of them all trailing me at once. What's been your guys' favorite boss fight so far since Modern Warfare Zombies has launched? I mean, personally, I gotta say, I still think the Red Worm is probably the best and most exciting boss to fight. It's because of his like sheer size and like the way he pops up out of the ground like a tremor. Once you end up defeating him, he explodes and the sky ends up like raining blood for a few minutes. I think that's just awesome. Guys will notice up here, I hit him with several shots with the VR11 and it seemed like he wasn't taking any damage at all, but then you'll notice when I start hitting him with it later, he starts taking a lot of damage. So I don't know, it's a little bit confusing. Could all be just in the exact spot that I was hitting him in, but I don't know, man. I'm just hip firing with the VR11 and hitting him like right in the center body, and that's where I seem to be doing a lot of damage. So I also did very conveniently place this boss fight right next to like the only exfil out here, so that's nice as well. You guys will see here, I was able to take down at least about almost half of his health with his VR11 in just a couple of shots, but then he took a few shots before that really didn't seem to damage him too much. So who knows, I don't know, I'm gonna have to come in here with like a triple pack WAF and maybe try it with that. Hell, with all these legendary Aether tools I got right now, it'd be cool if we could still like quadruple pack the WAF. I think that would be awesome. Come in here, deal with him that way. Look at this, he's got 6 little minions chasing me now. I forgot he actually sent out so many. Like, look at all of these mimics, and I got a couple of manglers chasing after me as well. Just absolutely insane. I don't know why this guy just did not want to die. Also, right when I got him down to like a sliver of health left, he ended up hiding from me. I could not find this guy. Like, he was playing a game of hide and seek or something. I ran around the center of this island forever and I just could not find him, till eventually he finally ended up flying back out again. I was really kind of scared there for a minute too. I was like, there is no way I just spent all this time fighting this guy and he's just gonna glitch out and go like fly underneath the map or something. I would have been so angry. Here it is, guys. Here comes our final blow with the VR11. Putting this guy down, and I gotta say, dealing with this boss and this Dark Aether solo was definitely not very easy, especially solo, but if you guys are confident and if you have the right stuff, yeah, I think you guys can definitely get this done. Look at that. Out of the reward rift, we ended up getting an Elder Sigil, and then we got some of those dead wire detonators, so I'll definitely be taking both of those. My way over to the exfil here, definitely not a bad run at all. Not only was the loot pretty good, but I was pretty satisfied that we were able to finally get through this thing solo. We did have a hiccup or two along the way, but we were able to pull through and get it done. Like I told you guys before, I did make another run with a group of 6 people last night, and I ended up getting all of those schematics. Well, I got the last schematic that I really needed, so I finally got all of these new schematics now. This is definitely something you guys can do if you need to come in here and get those schematics for yourself. This is definitely a strategy that you guys can do. I'll toss out that loadout for the battle up on the screen right here if anybody wants to check it out. Thank you guys all so very much for watching the video. I greatly do appreciate it. Please drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it or if you found it all informative. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.